Thanks again for tuning into Millennial Diligence. First off, I want to express some gratitude to you guys for commenting and adding your thoughts into each video. It's meant a lot to me to see all your responses, and I just really appreciate it. I'm trying to start a dialogue with this channel, and all the comments so far have had great insights and I think are applicable across multiple avenues. So I really appreciate all the comments. And what today's video is going to be about is addressing some of those comments and just kind of pouring over some of my favorites and really just trying to basically recap the week. I want to do one of these longer form videos at the end of each week going over basically some of the better thoughts that have been submitted by you, the viewer, and just basically to say thank you for making this channel happen and keeping me going. So this week we had a video about staying out of debt in your 30s, and this video definitely resonated with a lot of you, and I appreciate all the responses. Some of the best ones had to do with people that are getting out of debt and the relief they felt. Gimcrack said, "I've been debt-free since I was 36, paying cash only since. I actually didn't buy a house and land until I was 56, but I paid for my first house in cash. So still debt-free. I only paid cash for my used car, trucks, and vans since my first vehicle. I'm 60 and living very comfortably." This resonated with a lot of you. You guys basically expressed the idea that being debt-free allows you to have more comfort in your life in general. And I think that's a lot of what we're searching for, and comfort and security kind of go hand in hand. Yeah, I financed a car, a year into payments, started getting a knot in my stomach. Luckily, I have a big shovel to hyper-pay it in the next 4 to 5 months. I look back, if I kept my old car, I'd have approximately $18,000 in the bank. Not to mention cheaper insurance and gas savings due to a bigger engine. I still love driving it. That's the whole thing. That was kind of the point I was trying to say about having, a car loan or credit card debt. Basically, you're robbing your future self if you're taking on these high interest loans. That's all money that potentially could be saved, or better yet, invested. If you get used to being debt free, it's really addicting, and you're always thinking back on buying something really expensive. Think about the times that you actually spent a lot of money on something on credit or for a loan. You almost always regret after the fact, basically. You like it when you first get it, but that feeling fades really quickly. We're going to do a video coming up on how consumerism is kind of a wage slave trap, and I really am looking forward to just exploring the idea of the fact that when you're in debt, the debtor is slave to the lender. Another video that struck a chord this week was the one about working multiple remote jobs. I don't work a remote job, but I have heard of people basically looking into working more than one job, and we got a variety of responses I wanted to go over. Top comment, meh, most employers suck. Get in, get out. Here's another one from Tinga Manga Pew. Board members can sit in multiple boards and no one bats an eye. Think about that. That's true. I mean, if you're looking at the corporate world, you got people that are sitting on multiple boards for multiple companies, some that are of conflicting interest, and no one bats an eye. Another one from Winston Codes On. Is it ethical for them to terminate your job because they no longer need you to do this work? Yes. There's no loyalty in this system. The company does not care about ethics. They care about profit. Nothing wrong with you doing the same. If they're happy with your output, then there isn't a problem. Also, I've known people who have regular and office job, but also do a retail job on the weekends just to make a little extra cash. That's always been societally acceptable. Yeah, I guess the thing that I'm trying to navigate basically is just not really the ethics of it in terms of you and your employer, but just the ethics of maybe time thievery. But I was kind of swayed on the responses here, honestly. Basically, F the employer, you get yours. Another comment here from Chakral Studios. Before you even ask if it's ethical to the company, ask if it's ethical to yourself in terms of the amount of workload you have. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to overload yourself, but I think the conceit I was going into this video with was that you're probably only doing a few hours of work per day, but you're still getting paid for that 8 hours. Why not double up, do 6, 7, 8 hours and work those 2 jobs, get the same amount of work done, and then the rest is gravy. So I do appreciate that insight as well. Not overloading yourself with remote work. I mean, that should be the first consideration, right? Bang Dobrich had a question. Wouldn't your employer be made aware you have a second income as your tax code would change? I don't think that's the case. I think you may have to change your W-4, but that doesn't typically raise any red flags. I think you'd be fine. You might want to talk to a financial expert about that. I haven't looked into it enough. But as far as I know, two employers will not know. Never the twain shall meet, basically. I think the major concern here would be lapsing in your performance if your performance got worse. So I appreciate that question. Finally, from AMJ Composer, I have a day job, but not full time. I just got a remote job that pays almost double per hour. I'm gonna get more remote jobs. Also, F the ethics. Employers and HR are devoid of any humanity. I want them to be as replaceable as I am to them. So there is this whole situation, this kind of tit for tat mentality among some of these responses where it's like, okay, the employer's getting what they want, you need to get what you want. If it benefited them and their bottom line, they would cut you out completely. So you may be well advised to, take that approach yourself as the employed. So yeah, once again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks so much for commenting, liking, and subscribing. It really means a lot. The responses have been just amazing this week, and I'm planning on getting 3 to 5 videos out per week. And please, if you have any suggestions for topics, I'm going to start planning on doing a lot more research per topic rather than just going off the cuff as well. I really appreciate all the response I've been given, and yeah, if you guys have any additional feedback on any of the videos, or you want me to talk about certain topics, I will work on doing more research. Thanks again for watching Millennial Diligence. We'll see you in the next one.